So the selective school exam, maths exam, if you look at the format, that exam has 50%, over 50% of algebra in it, right? So if you know algebra well, right, 50% of the battle is won. So the focus here will be to spend as much time on algebra as possible. And then once you've solidified it, we can go into the other topics, right? We can go into geometry, we can go into a bit of a probability, measurements, and anything and everything, right? So our core focus will be algebra. That's the bread and butter of not just this exam, but that is the core fundamental of mathematics, right? So even if some of you will be successful in this exam, some of you unfortunately won't be. I hope you all get successful. But if you learn algebra, if you solidify that, that is a skill for life, right? So that will benefit you in your higher grades, right? So that's the basics. Then that is what we are going to do here, right? Solidify your algebra skills and then build all the other topics on top before the exam hits. When are we going to operate it? We are meeting every Sunday for this 1 hour, 10 to 11. So I need your commitment, right? So if you like today's session, you're more than welcome to join. Yes, we'll do all topics. Don't worry, we'll learn trigonometry and all that stuff, right? Algebra is required everywhere. You do trigonometry, you do geometry, you do any particular branch of maths, algebra is required everywhere. Now, linear equations is algebra. Veera, we'll do it. Don't worry. Do you name the topic? We'll do it. Don't worry about it. Right? We'll do everything. Okay, cool. Now, and we are meeting every Sunday, this 1 hour, and we'll run through the school holidays. And we'll not run through the school holidays. So, we've got 4 more sessions in this term 3. Then we'll take a break of 2 weeks, and then we come back term 4. We take a break during Christmas. We come back term 1. End of term 1 is roughly when the exam is, right? So probably we've got how much? We've got 4 plus 10 plus another 10, maybe around 25 sessions that we've got, right? We'll start slow. I'll press the throttle as we move forward. And in this 25 sessions, we will, picking up the rocket speed and knocking it off, right? So that is what we are going to do. And a lot of you must be wondering, parents, why am I doing it? Simply because I want to do it, right? That's the only reason, right? Okay, cool. I have put you on mute, so you cannot unmute yourself. But I will give you an opportunity to unmute yourself. You can raise your hand in the end, and last 5 minutes we can quickly have a chit chat, right? Before we go. Now, let's quickly start, and I'm just monitoring. I'm not actively monitoring the chat right now, though the pop-ups are coming. So whatever I can read, I will read. Whatever I miss, I apologize, but I will come back to you in case you've got any questions. So we've got around 51 participants who joined in. I can't see any other waiting in the meeting in the waiting room. So let's kick off. Now, the first thing that I wanted to do is let's quickly test you on your algebra skills. That is what I want to do today. Let me see. I'll share my screen to start with. Share. What can I share? Share screen to. All right. I hope you can see my screen now. And if I say assign, let's see what happens here. See, I'm using a bit of a technology, AI, all of that. Now, I want you to, I'm copying this here, and I am going to put this in the chat for you Now you can go click and start your quiz. Right now, before you start, you will be asked to put your name. So, I mean, I'm going to show the results here. Okay, results will be, popping in here. Who's doing what? So, if you want to change your name, put any other fancy name, so be it. Right. So, let's kick off and see how you go. Click on that link, see how you are doing, and I'll stop share at the moment so that you would not uh, you're not I'm not taking your attention away. So go for it. Click this, try this, and see how you go. Yeah, this is more like an evaluation. I want to see where the group is, a pre-test or whatever. Go for it. I'll give you like 5 minutes to finish this off. All right. So we've got like 90% here. Good. 80%, 70s. A lot of you are in 60s. And then a lot of you are 50s. And the gray ones is mean that you have not attempted it, right? So keep moving. People who have not moved it, please keep moving it. Let's have a look again. All right. I think let's stop this now. All right. We've got someone, scoring bang, 100%. Good. All right. Cool. Thank you very much for attempting this. If you've done that, good. If you've not, you can do it later. The quiz is open, right? All right. Now let's get into the lesson, right? Let's start with what we really want to do. I will share the whiteboard and I hope you're able to see my whiteboard. You're able to see my whiteboard, right? Cool. I just need a chat yes should be fine. Right. Okay. Now, let's start with, just give me a sec. I think you all can play around with my whiteboard, I guess. Don't do that, please, if I may request you. I'll see if I can stop you from doing that. Just give me a sec. Please don't touch around my whiteboard. Probably I'm still trying to deal with it, so don't play around with the whiteboard, please. Yeah. Now, don't play around with the whiteboard. I have to find a way not for you to not do it from next week. Probably, yeah. Technical glitches. Thank you very much for cleaning that off. If in case by mistake you do it, do a Control Z. That'll take it off, right? Okay. Now let's start with, please don't do it, algebra. Let's start with algebra, right? So what is algebra? Now don't touch the whiteboard again, as I said. So algebra is basically across, is around us. So whenever you go to a shopping mall to shop some items, you're playing with algebra. I've got $100 and I have to buy t-shirts, and let's say one t-shirt is $50 and I have $100 with me. So how many t-shirts can I buy? Obviously I can buy two, right? Yep. Don't answer there, please. Till the time I don't ask you to answer on the chat, please don't do it. Please don't do it, right? And stop spamming, please. We don't need, I have to disable chat then, right? No one on the chat, please. Now, till the time I don't say you, no one should be typing anything. Rules are pretty strict, okay? Nothing on the whiteboard, Nothing on the chat. All right. So I can buy two t-shirts for $100. This is nothing but algebra. Now, what we know of algebra is that algebras are nothing but some letters, right? X, Y, Z, A, B, C, and so on and so forth. Now, you are correct. These variables are called unknowns. They are unknowns. We don't know them. They're also called, don't chat, please, right? Don't chat. Now, these unknowns are also called pronumerals. We call them as pronumerals. Sorry, I've got a really bad handwriting. Okay. Now, pronumerals are also variables. They are the letters, and they are the unknowns that we are finding. We're trying to find here. Now, a basic algebra is nothing but basic algebraical terminology is that we start with something called a term. So if I add another page and give it another page, now a basic algebraical term is, for example, I say 2x. 2 and x, there are two parts to it. 2 is the coefficient, x is the pronumeral or variable. So they are synonyms, variables and pronumerals. See, I know a lot of you would know this, but a lot of you would not know this, right? So I have to, start from the scratch. So if you know this, that is a revision for you. If you don't know this, that is something that you're learning. No chats, no playing around with the whiteboard, please. Now, so this term has two parts, coefficient and variable. Now, this term can be made into something called an expression. An expression is nothing but combination of terms. So for example, 2x along with any operator, a plus, a minus, multiplication or division. And it could be any other term. Now this is an expression. An expression. Now this expression has various parts. It has got two terms, term number 1 and term number 2. Term number 1 has two parts to it, coefficient, which is 2, and variable, which is x. Then you've got this plus sitting in between, or addition. We call it as operator. It could be plus, minus, multiplication, or division. And then you've got this number sitting in here along. This is also a term, but we call this as a constant term. So the number, which is called a constant term, does not have a variable with it or a pronumeral with it. Now moving forward, this expression then gets converted into something called an equation. I hope you all are able to see my whiteboard, right? So equation is when I have an expression with an equal to sign and something written after that equal to. So I have 2x plus 7, let's say, equal to 5x. So this is now an equation. An equation means something that has an equal to sign in it. So you have the left-hand side of the equation, I call it as LHS, and the right-hand side of the equation, which is called the RHS. So in a nutshell, we have at the top level, we have a term, then combination of terms and operators make it an expression. And when you have an equal to sign and you divide into two parts, you have an equation. So that's the basic entities of algebra: term, expression, and equation. Is that clear? Now you can quickly say a yes on the chat, and that's about it, right? Let's add another page. Cool. Thank you very much. I get it. All right. Now, let's try to create some expressions. Now, when I write, and now I will want you to utilize chat to answer this question. I need you to write the expression. No playing around with the whiteboard, please. I will put more restrictions on it next week. But whosoever has just done that, do a control Z. Okay, I'll do that later. Don't worry. Right. Okay. Now I say 4 less than x. 4 less than x. Sorry for my bad handwriting. 4 less than x. Cool. X minus 4 is the right answer. Good. X minus 4. Next one. And I'm throwing very, very simple stuff here. All right. I say the result from subtracting x from 4. The result of subtracting x from 4. 4 minus x. So if you've not got it, if I'm saying 4 less than x, so that means x minus 4. If I say x from 4, it is 4 minus x. Good. That was simple. Let's try to find something slightly more challenging, right? Now, I will just paste quickly an image, and that will give you I say the product of A and B. Product of A and B. Good. Now, one good thing here, now algebra is a very, very lazy language. And when I say algebra is lazy, we don't write multiplication in algebra. So the product of A and B could be A times B, which is absolutely right. But we tend just to skip that addition, this operator, and we just write AB. So when I write AB, it means A times B. Now, the next one is, hear me out, P is halved, and then 4 is added. P is halved, and then 4 is added. Good. P is halved and then 4 is added. So you half the P first. So you say P divided by 2 and then you add 4. Good. So far so good. All right. Let's move forward. Let's do another page. Can I paste something here? No, I can't. Okay. All right. Now, x is multiplied by 7. X is multiplied by 7 and the result is halved. The result is halved. Good. Seven x divided by 2 is the answer. Good. Okay. Let's see if I can. The product of x and y is subtracted from 12. Go for it on your screen. The product of x and y is now. A few of you are incorrect here. It says the product of x and y is subtracted from. This from is the key word. So whatever comes after from has to be written first. And then you have the product of x and y. Please be careful. All right? This subtraction is the most trickiest of all, where we fumble. All right. So that gives us a good idea of, how the expressions are written. Let's do one more, maybe, and see how you go with this one. Let me pull the snippy out. Go for it. 3 is subtracted from k and the result is multiplied by 8. Can we stop spamming, please? Just give me the answer. 3 is subtracted from k and the result is multiplied by 8. Now, this is pretty much the same thing. From. 3 is subtracted from k. So k minus 3, not 3 minus k minus 3, and the result is multiplied by 8. So all of that has to be multiplied by 8. Or you can write 8 on the left or right, doesn't really matter. Right. Yes, most of you are correct, but I think, yeah, a few have answered it incorrectly. Now, if I just go one step further, I haven't explained it, but what will happen if I will open this bracket up? What will be the result? Can someone tell me? Yes, we distribute. Correct. Distributive law tells me that this 8 gets multiplied by k and this 8 gets multiplied by 3. So the answer will be 8k minus 24. All right, good. No spamming on the chat, only the answers. All right. The rules are very strict. Anyone who spams probably will not be able to attend the lesson next time. So just be mindful of the others. Okay. It's a big group and no touching around with the whiteboard. I'll put more restrictions. I don't want to do it now because that'll waste a lot of time. Okay, cool. Now, next one. I'm testing you on integer multiplication and division here. Now, I'll just deviate from the topic. So I had 8k minus 3. Now, what will happen if I put a minus right in front? Can you now tell me what will be the answer? Okay, so yeah, most of you have got it right. So what happens is the distributive law still kicks in. So this 8 gets multiplied here, it becomes a negative 8k. And this negative 8 then gets multiplied to negative 3. So negative 3 times negative 8 makes it positive 24. Yes, most of you are correct. Good job. So this is very, very important. Addition, division, multiplication, and subtraction. I can still see, there are a few kids still joining in pretty late. All right. Good. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. Let's try to make it a bit more tricky. I say 8 minus k minus 3. Can you tell me what will be the answer now? No, Shaveen, it's not 8k plus 3. Just check again. We'll put the distribution law again. And I say, all right, this negative 8 gets multiplied by negative k. So negative negative means positive, 8k. And this pops on top. Negative 8 times negative 3 is negative 24. So the answer is 8k plus 24. Good job. Good job. All right, let me see if I can throw more challenge at you. You guys are just killing it. I'm not liking it, right? I want to, give you some good run for your knowledge. Okay, let me just find something pretty more difficult if I can. All right, let's see what happens here now. I'm just throwing something really cool. All right, let's see what you do now. Oh, can I? See, my battery is running low. I'll just pop this here. All right, can you see this now? Okay, so number 5 is added to 3 times the product of m and n. Number 5 is added to 3 times the product of m and n. Okay, so 5 is added to 3 times the product of m and n. So first of all, let me see what's the product of m and n. M and n. And then 3 times of that, 3mn. And what is getting added? 5. So you see here, there is no pattern. If you see, there is no pattern here. See, I can see a lot of kids here are just spamming around. Probably next time, I'll be more mindful to, get them in. So please don't do that. All right. 3mn plus 5 is the answer. Okay. Shall we throw more challenge? Let's see what we can do. All right, I think let's move forward. We've just played around enough with the expressions today, right? Now, let's go to the like terms, right? Something called like terms. You would have heard this term quite a lot, right? So, like terms. Now, if you don't understand what like term is, for example, a very, very simple analogy of like terms is if I ask you one car plus one car, how many cars do we have here? 2 cars. Good job. But then if I say one car plus one truck, what's the answer? One car plus one truck. You can't add them because they are not like, they're unlike. So you can add terms, or you can play around or do at least addition and subtraction to something which looks, I should say, like or same. Now, similarly, in the world of algebra, when I say x plus x, the answer is 2x. And when I say x plus y, the answer is x plus y. Now, can you quickly tell me on chat, when I say x, hear me out loud and clear, okay? When I say x, what is the coefficient of x? Just on the chat, please. Good. So what I was mentioning earlier, in the world of algebra, we are a bit lazy here, right? We don't write multiplication operator. So if you want to say x times y, it is xy. And if I want to say 1x, I don't like writing 1. I just say x. But I'm okay with writing 2x, 3x, 4x, and so on. But I don't like writing 1x. So it is just x here. Okay? Now, let's try to add some like terms and see how we do playing around with like terms. Let me just pull something out for you. Okay. When I say 4g minus g, what's the answer? Quick. Good job. Good job. When I say that is 3g. Now when I say 40 plus 70 minus 5. Hold on your horses, boys and girls. I have not finished my question, okay? Till the time I don't ask you to write on chat, please don't start throwing things in, right? It's confusing a lot of other people. Now, I ask you, now, what's the answer to this question? Can you add the like terms, please? Good. 11t minus 5. All right, that was easy. Let's try to do a few more. What about 12ab? I've not finished it, okay? 12ab minus 12ba plus 12ac. Who can give me this answer? Go for it. Good. A lot of you are correct. A lot of you, most of you. A few are not. Now, one simple rule of algebra is where multiplication comes into the picture. When I say 12ab, it simply means 12 times a times b. I don't need comments here. Whosoever is the admin here, that person's chatting more than required. I'll go through the chat logs after this, and whosoever is just spamming around probably might not get a space here. So please be mindful of others, all right? Now, 12ab means 12 times a times b. And when I write 12ba, it actually means 12 times b times a. Now, 3 times 2 is equals to 2 times 3. So in the world of multiplication, order does not matter. So 12ab and 12ba are exactly the same. So they cancel out. And hence the answer is 12ac. All right, cool. Next one. And I will stick to ABs, right? 12ab minus 12ab minus AB plus BA. Go for it. All right. A few of you have fumbled around, a few are correct. Yep. So let's understand. And that is what my point is. Please take this off, please. Who's done that? This is K. A few seconds ago. Can you take this off my whiteboard, please? Now, AB and BA are one and the same thing. They go off. 12AB, 12AB, both have a minus in it. So what is 12 plus 12? 24. And since minus 12 minus 12 makes it minus 24, so the answer is minus 24 AB. It looks easy, but when you do it in haste, you can fumble. All right? Okay, now let's plug in. Now we've got last 8 minutes into the session, and I will quickly allow you to unmute as well in the last minute or so, in case you've got any questions or in case there are parents who've got any questions. Now, let's try doing some substituting in, right? Now, when I say substitution, so I don't need the answer right now. I'm explaining. So when I'll ask you to put it on your chat, please do it. Now, when I say, let's say 3p, and I say p is 5, here I'm simply asked to find 3p. I'm not asked the answers, guys. Please, no answering. I'm just multiplying 3 with 5. So what I'm doing is, wherever there is a p, I sub in a 5. And the answer is 15. Now, if I say x plus 3, and let's say I don't need an answer, please, x equals to 5, I sub it in here. 5 plus 3 makes it 8. If you hear me out, you shouldn't be sorry at the first place. So please hear me out loud and clear, and don't do till the time you're not told to. 5 plus 3 makes it an 8. Now, using this, let's do some subbing in, and I will allow you to answer now. Once I say, give me the answer, you can go for it. Now I say 3p minus 5. I need the answer to this when p is 2. Go for it now. Good. I like that. All right. Let's do one more. And now I'll use the equation, and I'll say m equals to 3, 2x plus 3. So there's a bracket, mind you. Okay. And now I say x equals to 4. Can I have the answer? No calculators, just in case. Good. Yep. Good. Let's trouble you a bit more. M equals to negative 3 minus 2x minus 3. X equals to minus 1. Take your time. There is no rush. No one's judging you here. Okay? Give me the final answer. Don't throw the equations here. I forgot to put the bracket. Sorry. No, we can't do the test at the end. Test is the part of the beginning every time. All right, cool. So let's quickly do it. If I plug in x equals to minus 1 here, so this becomes negative 3 sits outside, minus 2, minus 1, minus 3. I'll take some space maybe here. So minus 3 sits outside. Negative 2 times negative 1. So negative 2 times negative 1 makes it a 2. Minus 3. And 2 minus 3 makes it a negative 1. So I have negative 3 inside and a negative 1 out, negative 3 outside and negative 3 inside, which means it makes it a 3. I know it is easy. It could be easy for a few. It could be easy for some, difficult for some. So probably I'm just doing very, very elementary. We will increase the pace and increase the complexity as we go, right? So today was the first session, so I'm just sort of seeing where your level is right now, and so that I can prep more for my next lesson. Okay, let's see what else. I haven't explained it, but I think the last, pretty much the last one before I go is if I say, and I'll change the color, 3k times 2k square x. This is the x. Can I get the answer to this, please? Okay, you don't see the question? Okay, I'll put it on the new page. Don't worry. Okay, so it says, yep, I'll center it. Don't worry. Sorry about that. So I say 3k times 2k square x. Go for it now. Give me the final answer. Yep. So I multiply 3 by 2, makes it 6. I multiply k with k square, makes it a k cube. And so 6k cube x. All right, 11 a.m. We are done for the day. I will stop sharing here and probably if I can see if I can close the chat. Any questions, anyone? Probably I think unmuting at this time might uh, take a lot of others' time as well. It was simple and straightforward session today. So probably in case you've got any questions, I will give you an opportunity maybe from the next session onwards. So what we'll do now from here is next week we will meet again, right? And the complexity is going to go up. So now I know your level. And what we'll do is we will start learning new concepts and I'll keep throwing more challenge and I'll let you, solve those questions as we go. And I will send you one quiz, to your parents' emails, right? I'll send a link or maybe a worksheet for you to try and then, practice whatever we've learned today. And I hope I see your wonderful faces, next week, right? All good. Thank you very much for your time and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'll share the recording. Thank you.